this week on the Bubble Chat.
Now, I was on X, formerly known as Twitter's platform. And as I was scrolling, I saw Cenat in a few questionable situations.
Sometimes music is also activism.
That's
and
right.
It's always letting us know what's going on in the world at large and in our own personal backyard. So kudos to the celebrity and the beautiful artistry of Angie Stone.
Let Ozzy rest in peace already. That man deserves respect, not some cheap shots. And you know what? I've got to give major credit to Jack. Bravo to him for standing up the way he did.
Random, bizarre freak accidents.
Not
like
busted.
They said, either they're having an affair or they're real shy.
But this takes me back, sidebar, to when people were saying Beyonce wasn't pregnant with Blue because her stomach built. Baby, it's not built to concrete. This is still my flesh and my blood. When I move, it moves. Just like that. Stop putting these freaking questions on women's pregnancies. You guys are vile.
Welcome back to another episode of The Bubble Chat. We're so glad to have you with us again. If you've been tuning in, you already know this is a place where we keep it real, breaking it down, what's going on in the world, sharing stories that matter, and of course, sprinkling some laughs along the way. No matter what kind of day you are having, we're here to make it a little bit brighter.
Well, we're also celebrating National Hispanic Heritage Month. This one, which runs from September 15th through my dad's birthday, October 15th. It's such an important time to honor the Hispanic culture. As you very well know, the debacle with the administration and ICE. We don't want to get pinged here, but
let us not forget the incredible contribution.
Exactly, of Hispanics and the Latino community. From their food that we all love. We just had Taco Tuesday today.
Tacos on the way, turkey tacos.
Mm-hmm. They were delicious. We had a fiesta.
Mangoes on the side.
Baby. And also their music. We can't forget that. I'm going to throw in there the lowriders.
Selena, Ricky Martin.
I love the lowriders.
Jennifer Lopez.
I'm looking for a mechanic that can fix on my 65 Ford Mustang. So Latinos out there, please reach out.
Is not Post Malone Latin?
I'm not sure.
I think he is. We're going to throw him in there just for the strength of it. Ariana Grande.
Okay.
Ariana Grande is not Latino from what I know.
Gloria Estefan. I already said her.
Oh, you did?
The real queen. She gonna bite me.
I sure am. And the change makers who have left their mark. This month is about celebrating, uplifting those voices. It's also about reminding ourselves that representation matters and learning from one another makes us all stronger.
But don't worry, we've also got plenty of the latest to talk about too. The stories everyone's been buzzing about, the random headliners that make you go, wait, what? We're covering it all. That's what makes the Bubble Chat special. It's not just about the news or pop culture. It's about creating a space where we can laugh, cry, think, and connect over what's happening around us.
So grab your drink, get cozy, and let's dive into today's show. Whether you are here for the hot takes, the full energy,
this margarita.
I've been smoking, excuse me, or just to escape a little bit for a little while, okay? We got something for you. And just like Wendy Williams always said, it's time for hot topics. And with that, how you doing?
How you doing?
We all said that in unison, well, me and Adonis.
Because you dropped it, you doing. You did the doing today, nephew.
Okay.
Well, okay.
Alrighty, so.
Picture this.
Go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead.
You sure you ain't got nothing to say?
Yeah, I realize I'm just reading my thoughts.
Okay. Well, okay, picture this. Mid-shower on...
Tyson Nights. Marathon. 3.
Okay, picture this. Mid-shower on Kai Kanite's
Mafiathon.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
And also Kai
No,
Cenat.
I'm ready to hit this shit. I'm ready to do it. Picture this. Mid-shower on Kai Kanite's Mafiathon 3 live stream. Yes, the legendary marathon stream. Kai's doing his thing. Sexy and serene when out of nowhere strolls in Ray J. And we're not talking about a friendly pop-in nor pop-up. He has on the shades, the confidence, and a Speedo. Talk about an entrance. And that stopped the people mid-scroll. But Kai, not having it, he literally bolts from the shower at warp speed because apparently the idea of himself and Ray J sharing glassy, wet content online is non-negotiable. You, and no pause. Ray left Sophie and Solo as Fazi Kaysan,
Whatever.
Fazi Kaysan, ever the DJ of Chaos, cranks up one wish, one wish, one wish to fuel the absurdity. And if you thought this was wild enough to remember, Kim Kardashian kicked off that stream earlier. Ray's just keeping the unpredictability alive. This is viral gold and exactly the kind of spontaneous, off the wall moment that leaves everyone asking, did that even just happen?
And it did.
What's the craziest streamer cameo you've ever seen? Or maybe what would you dream for, or even in your nightmares, have a surprise guest moment look like in a stream? Spill your tea. What would you freeze, both or just roll with it? Oh my goodness. That was a mouthful.
That was.
And I didn't see it, but I saw it.
Yeah, well, Kim Kardashian had a mouthful. I remember the video. So I think Ray J was just looking for a viral moment.
Kris Jenner had an eyeful.
What do you mean?
And Ray J had a scoopful.
Oh my goodness gracious. Well, I'm going to move on to some more serious, more
We gotta talk about.
Okay,
well, Nephew, what you got to say?
Well, I want to say this. I don't know the relationship between the two of them, if there even is one, but I can say this. Just from researching it, this feels like one of those things people do for likes, popularity, and even clout. And we all know in the social media area, the more outrageous you are, the faster it goes viral. But here's the thing. I honestly don't even know how Ray J got into Kai's house to begin with. Like, what was his plan?
It don't matter about none of that. The thing is why did you walk in on me on camera in the shower with a Speedo on?
Because he wanted to see something.
Answer that.
I want to see too.
That's hook, line, and sink. If you make sense of that,
it was hooking.
Well, either way, it's wild. Because me personally, I wouldn't even think about doing something like that. Crashing into someone's shower for a viral stunt. Nah, that's just not me. I can laugh at it from the outside, sure, but I also step back and wonder what's the line. And at what point does it stop being funny or shocking and just feel like doing too much for the internet? Because clout is powerful things, and some people will go all the way to get it. That's all I have to say, and that's my 2 cents.
Is this the first time or the second time that has happened?
No, I was gonna say I was on X, formerly known as Twitter's platform, and as I was scrolling, I saw Kai Cenat in a few questionable situations. So for Ray J to even play up behind and play like that, I mean, he gonna end up like the youngest son on Empire. What's his name? Gujari. The youngest one, Hakeem.
Allegedly Jay-Z's son.
No.
Which one?
The youngest son on Empire.
You don't know that tea?
I don't want that tea.
Well, allegedly.
Well, allegedly next, what's on the docket? Because that's not cute. Ray J need to grow up. He got cheering.
Ray J.
And his baby mom and his wife, Prince Pinky, you from the town. You better go check this nigga.
Princess.
And he's Brandy's brother.
Who?
He's Brandy's brother.
You know, we're not worried about the woman with the SUV with the washing machine in the back that underlies that girl.
I'm gonna just say this to that. Ray J is notorious for a viral moment. So I believe that's all it was. But
really, you think that?
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know. Sometimes people just feel not so relevant. So I think because Kai Cenat's having this moment, he's really blowing up on the scene. He's really that it guy right now.
But it's a questionable. There's
not the questionable. I'm just speaking of what I'm thinking. My little 2 cents. I believe that he was seeking a viral moment. Now, whether if that viral moment works for on his behalf, who knows? But it's now we're talking about it. And I'm just looking for the restraining order because why are you showing up in my house, sir, in your Speedo while I'm in the shower? That's not cute.
Netflix and chill, everybody.
No, I'm gonna send it to you. I have a what did it call the meme of it's called Netflix and chill, and it's the part where Kim and Ray J are in the act of their video, and she's mid on the video, so it's kind of hilarious. I told you to stop doing that.
I'm blowing the smoke forward, everybody, just for you guys to know.
I'm high. Okay. So, nephew, what do you
allegedly? He said we said.
Okay, well, on to the news. All right. So, here's your talk show style segment for the bubble chat.
Oh, ignore it. Oh, ignore that. I'll use ChatGPT.
You know, supposed to read the.
Okay. So let's talk about the heartbreaking news surrounding Angie Stone. Oh my God. I might tear up on you guys because I am a huge Angie Stone fan. And I'm not a fan of many, but that was heartbreaking, her untimely death. Right around the time when Dwayne Wiggins of the legendary Tony group passed away. And I think Roy Ayers passed away around the same time as well. So we just have had a lot of untimely deaths of our huge artists that we've all grown up with and who we admire. So my heart and my sincerest condolences goes out to Angie Stone and her family and her only son, who she bore with D'Angelo, the R&B neo-soul singer, composer, and musician. So back in March of this year, the beloved Grammy nominee singer tragically lost her life in a devastating crash while returning from a performance in Mobile, Alabama. Her family is now filing a wrongful death lawsuit, and the details are both shocking and deeply painful. According to the suit, Angie survived the initial crash. Her Sprinter van flipped over, and Good Samaritans helped several occupants out. She was still trying to escape when an 18-wheeler traveling at nearly 70 miles per hour and carrying a load of sugar. So you can imagine the weight of that impact. Wow. Carrying a load of sugar crashed into the van. The impact ejected her, pinning her beneath the vehicle. The lawsuit alleges that she suffered and was conscious. Oh, wow. She didn't die instantly, you guys. She was still aware and conscious. That is just unimaginable. So, where was I at? Right here. Okay. So, the 18-wheeler traveling at 70 miles per hour and carrying a load of sugar crashed into the van. The impact ejected her, pinned her beneath the vehicle. The lawsuit alleges that she suffered and was conscious during those final moments. What's more, there's allegedly a driver negligence, claiming that the truck operator was distracted, possibly wearing headphones, didn't apply the brakes, and that a collision, collision in system in the truck failed and detected the crash ahead. This isn't just another legal filing. It's a family seeking answers, accountability, and perhaps more measures of justice. What do you think, Bubble Fan? How do we make sure tragedies like this don't just become headlines? And what accountability looks like for these families? And how do we honor Angie Stone's legacy beyond, the headline?
I do want to say something about this, if I may. Um, you know, what I find not only disgusting, but also just downright responsible is the fact that it's being alleged that the truck driver involved in Angie's death was wearing headphones and listening to music, and at least from what I think happened, not
Mhm.
keeping his eyes on the road. That kind of negligence cost a woman her life. And the heartbreaking about this is Angie leaves behind two children who now have to grow up without their mother. That's something
Mhm.
no lawsuit or settlement can ever repair. In fact, according to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, the lawsuit claims Angela was actually trying to get out of the van that crashed on the Alabama highway. Just sit with that for a moment. Trying to escape the wreck itself, fighting for her life in those final moments. It's gut-wrenching. And when I hear about vehicle accidents like this, you've seen lawsuits reaching hundreds, thousands, even millions in damages and emotional distress, pain and suffering, the loss of companionship. These are real and lasting scars for the families left behind. Now, I'm no legal expert, but that's what the case likely comes down to. Not just money, but accountability. Because here's the truth. Just because you're a truck driver or a vehicle driver for that matter, spending hours on the road, rushing to hit at deadlines to get to point A to point B to even point C, doesn't mean you get a pass on safety. It doesn't excuse you from the responsibility to stay
That
alert, cautious, and focused. One lapse is in judgment, one careless act, and a family is destroyed forever. That's just not irresponsible. It's honestly unforgivable. What are you guys talking about this?
it's so unforgivable.
I kind of want to share a not so fun fact, but a fact all the same. When there are any type of take it from me, I've been in a car crash, I've been in a crane crash. Yeah, I've survived by the hair of my chinny chin chin several different times. I flipped over the bus. I have the car busted, when the tire blew, and we did a donut, entire 360 on the freeway
Oh
in
God.
the middle of traffic. And the car literally parked perfectly parallel on the far
The
end of the
hand of
freeway.
God, baby. The hand
Right?
of God.
So, but, no, not but. What I want to add to that as an impact, another car accident that I was in, head-on impact,
Probably that was
in reference,
Wow.
in reference to when you say she was conscious, the there is this like you kind of go in shock, so then you don't feel anything. The thing that you fight is this ringing sound
Oh.
from the impact.
Oh.
The bearings, you're still trying to kind of pull yourself together,
Ah.
but now your body's in shock. So whatever is really is impaired or whatever's the problem, you can't even feel it.
Yeah.
And you're really just trying to consciously be aware. It's not a physical thing, it is a mental awareness of where am I? Maybe what happened? Do I hear? What do I hear? Do I understand what I'm hearing? Is my vision clear? Along with the hearing outside of that ringing that you hear.
Yeah.
Now, as I said, I've been in several car accidents, train accidents, bus accidents, I mean, all kinds of things with all type of variations of endings. I'm still here, thank God. But I want people to understand that there is a shock factor. So there's no feeling involved, and sometimes it's not even always. You can be sorry to say this when you're being sexually assaulted. You're in shock. You don't. Your body's not reacting to it because your body's in shock. So I just wanted to say that part, and if I may go ahead and move forward onto the situation. Ooh, that's big. What is not in the story and what has not been said is how Angie Stone had shot out and what is that whistle blowed out Clive Davis about all of her royalties and all the money that she attributed All the money that was supposed to be hers had not been. She could have been living a softer life than going on the road like she had. But here's a fun fact that's not so funny. So we all know that Angie Stone and D'Angelo were together and have a child together.
Yeah, they have a son.
Prior to Angie Stone's Black Diamond, her first single coming out, remember, I believe D'Angelo came out first. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Actually, she was with a girl group.
Back in the yes,
she was a rapper.
Right, but at that time when Neo Soul coming out, it was Erykah Badu, it was Jill Scott, and then Angie Stone had came in. But Angie Stone was first.
Yes.
Then Jill, right?
No.
They hacked.
Angie Stone, then Erykah, then Jill.
They hacked Angie Stone's whole whole aesthetic to Jill Scott.
Wow.
D'Angelo had got dropped from his label prior to dropping his album. Angie Stone personally herself went to Clive Davis and said, "Hey, this is a project ready to go. We can push the button. Let's do it." Clive Davis said yes, but what he did not share with her is, "Bitch, we're gonna take all the publishing and everything we do for him out of your budget. Out of your budget for Black Diamond. My sunshine has come with a goddamn thundercloud. It came with a thundercloud. It was with my baby daddy."
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Angie Stone did not pull, clock, or get with D'Angelo the size she was. She had a Coca-Cola bottle shape, but she had to start taking steroids for her medication. And by the time Lady came out, she was my sunshine that we saw, the Black Diamond. It is how we would not have Mariah Carey had there not been a phone call to Angie Stone and asked her, "What should we do with this?" Wow. And she said, "Sign her to the best of the best." Wow. She needs to be with the elite of the elite.
Wow. So somebody needs to be thanking Miss Angie Stone, baby. I've always enjoyed her music.
I just want to share that.
Her tone was so magical. Mm-hmm. And my heart goes out to her family, her mother, her children.
Diamond.
And just the community at large. You know, I don't think we got to shine a light on her as much, because in the Bay Area, right when she passed, back on March 7th, Dwayne Wiggins, the founder and original member of Tony Tony, had an untimely passing from alleged cancer complications. So we've just taken some really hard hits with our legends in the music and in the community, because sometimes music is also activism. That's right. And it's always letting us know what's going on in the world at large and in our own personal backyard. So kudos to the celebrity and the beautiful artistry of Angie Stone. May she rest in peace, and may her family see justice, and clock them dollars. Give her family more than enough. Give her
exactly
the royalties. Give her family all of her billings that were needed to be shared with her when she wasn't able to do it. Because that's why she kept touring as much as she did. I used to wonder why I used to see Angie Stone.
Why do you think Gladys Knight on tour?
See Angie Stone on the billboards and Yoshi's all the time. Like, she was on the billboard so much, I would skip shows because I was like, I just seen her like last year. I don't need to see her every year. But now I have a little regret because I didn't know this day was going to come so swiftly and untimely that she would be no longer here with us. So again, she was supposed to perform at Yoshi's April 4th, 2025, and she wasn't able to do so because she passed, and I was going to buy tickets to that show. That's why I know the date by heart, and I don't really know things by heart like that, but she was definitely one whom we all should admire and always, appreciate, that she gave us one of the best Black male anthems ever. 'Cause you're my black brother, strong brother. I will never try to hurt you.
I want you to know that I'm here for you forever true.
'Cause you're my Black brother. So salute to Angie Stone, and my condolences and sincerest condolences to her family. Rest in peace, Godspeed.
All right, Bubble. And today we're talking about Jack Osborne and his late father, the one and only Prince of Darkness himself, Ozzy Osbourne. As so many of you already know, the world lost a rock legend back on July 22nd when Ozzy suffered a fatal heart attack. And I don't even need to tell you how deeply that loss has been felt, not just by his family, not just by the rock community, but across generations of fans who grew up on Black Sabbath and his solo music. Now, with that grief still fresh, Jack Osbourne is stepping up in a big way to defend his dad's legacy, and here's why. Roger Waters of Pink Floyd, yes, that Waters, excuse me, recently made some very harsh comments about Ozzy and Black Sabbath. He dismissed Ozzy's work as idiocy and nonsense, and basically tried to downplay the entire impact of Sabbath on the music history. I mean, say what you want about music taste, but to call Ozzy's influence nonsense, that's a bold claim, and it did not sit well with the Osbourne family. And of course, it did not take him long enough to fire back. He took to Instagram and flat out said, "Hey Roger Waters, fuck you." He called, sorry, and I quote, "Hey Roger Waters, fuck you." He
Yeah.
called Roger, he called Waters pathetic and out of touch, saying the only way Rogers gets attention these days is by sweeping negativity in the press. And then Jack really put a stamp on it by adding, and I quote, "My father always thought you were a C word," which I'm assuming is cunt. "Thanks for proving him right." Now, that's not holding back. That's going full Osborne. And honestly, who can blame him? To make sure that the message was loud and clear, Jack even had his sister Kelly share it across social media. And that's what find really powerful. It's not just a son defending his father. It's a family rallying together to protect Audie's legacy. And honestly, let this let Audie rest in peace already. That man deserves respect, not some cheap shots. And you know what? I've got to give major credit to Jack. Bravo to him for standing up the way he did. Same goes for Kelly. The Osborne family is already going through so much right now, dealing with the loss of someone they love deeply. And that the last thing they should have to hear is someone publicly
Wow.
blasting Ozzy's legacy.
Terrible.
And I'll be I'm gonna be a million with you guys. I actually debated whether to even bring this topic up on the bubble chat because we've already covered Angie's tragic passing earlier, and usually when it comes to death or rather announced or more details or something sad, I usually try to limit to one. Um, because I didn't want to make the show, the whole episode, or the show in entirety to feel like a downer. But I kept circling back to the story because it just didn't sit right with me,
Mhm.
and and that is and there's something that actually bothered me while looking at this topic, and that is the fact that Roger said something very insensitive about his death. It's one thing to have an opinion on music, but it's another thing entirely to go out your way to disrespect someone who gave so
Yeah.
much
Disrespect the
to the
dead. Don't
industry
speak ill of the dead. That's just
and whose influence is undeniable. And I'll say this too: I personally will never fucking understand how someone could try to do something so disrespectful to a late loved one. And Ozzy's at the end of the day, Ozzy's a legend. Whether you like his music or not, you can't deny the impact he's had on on culture, on generations of fans who still listen to him today. And for Roger Waters to come out and try to downplay all that, to me, it's just flat unnecessarily incredibly insensitive, especially given the title. So again, I'm applauding Jackson Kelly for speaking up, for not letting that kind of negativity fly, because honestly, it's really simple. If you don't like all these music, then don't listen to it. Nobody's forcing you. But don't get your ass up on a platform. Don't use your voice to try to tear someone down and whatever the work or legacy, especially when that person has passed. That's not disrespectful. It's out of line, and frankly, it's exhausting to
yeah,
see
classless.
people still pulling stunts like that instead of just letting someone rest.
Yeah,
What's your
never
thoughts on
ill
that?
of the dead.
I love when you be on your soapbox, nephew. I love when you get on your soapbox. Preach. Let these motherfuckers know how you feel. Well, next up, all right. I know everyone is over this Coldplay Kiss Cam incident by now, but once more, tea starts bubbling. Well, I'm sorry, we just have to motherfucking spill it. Here's the latest. Christian Cote, the former HR chief at the tech firm, said, nephew, astronomer,
Astronomer.
who was the woman caught in that viral kiss cam moment with her then boss, CEO Andy Byron, was officially fired.
She filed for divorce.
Has officially filed divorce. Has officially filed for divorce from her husband Andrew Cole. But the divorce petition was filed on August 13th in court in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. If you remember, that kiss cam moment happened back in July at a Coldplay show. Chris Martin noticed the awkwardness and joked on stage either they're having an affair or they're just very, very shy. Soon after that moment went viral, both Christian and Andy resigned from their position. Andrew's second ex-wife, Julia, even spilled some tea. She said that she texted Andrew right after the show, after the scandal broke, and his reply reportedly was, her life has nothing to do with it. She hadn't held back, calling him a nice person. To just he's more about the money than anything else. So yeah, this is getting serious. What started as a bizarre video clip has now turned into a full-on divorce filing. Two people resigned from their jobs. CEO HR no more. Okay. So what do you think about this?
I'm gonna go first.
TMZ did reach out, but heard nothing back from Kristen, Julia, or Andrew. Do you feel like the kiss cam moment was just an innocent mistake that spiraled out of control, or do you think that it really exposed something deeper that was already going on in Kristen's marriage?
I'm going first. Busted. That's all. You can go next.
Oh, was that it?
That was it.
This
Busted.
It was a random, bizarre freak accident.
Not
like Coldplay said, either they're having an affair or they real shy. It's either or and nothing in between. And so pick one, choose one. The wife was at home and she said, bitch, I already know what it is. I'm not the one nor the two.
She just needed real proof. And the camera doesn't lie.
I mean, but here's the gag.
Gag it.
Shit happened.
Every day.
You know, now we can sum up all the drama, the confusion, the traumas, and everything of life as life just be life.
You would be lifing hard.
So it just
it
had just life in that in that mega fraction of a moment. You see what I'm saying?
I don't know the right to that.
And it has life now to keep going on. As in, you got caught cheating. He was married. All his titles came out. The CEO of HR. You're married. Okay, but she didn't have as much weight. You see what I'm saying?
She's head of HR. That's a lot of weight.
Well, I mean, it is, but what I'm saying is...
You're messing with the CEO of your company.
Exactly right.
Hiring and firing people at will. Come on now.
Okay, look.
Big deal. So busted.
When I first saw this kiss cam scandal, I kind of had a feeling that something like this was eventually going to happen. And now here we are. Kristen is officially filing for divorce. I mean, even if she hadn't gone ahead with it herself, let's be real. The scandal is all over the internet. Her husband was going to find out in one way or another, and it's not something you just sweep.
We all found out together.
And what bothers me is how unprofessional this whole situation feels. I mean, whether you're a CEO, an HR executive, or just an employee in general, crossing that line and getting intimate with another coworker, especially when you're in a separate relationship, it's just a bad look around.
There you go.
It puts your reputation, your job,
and
clearly your personal life at risk. So, I can't say I'm surprised this led to a divorce.
Get your coin. Every coworker should file a lawsuit. Everybody's been fired underneath her regime. They need to come back and be hired again. Because that's so bogus. Can you imagine the pillow talk those two were having? Busted.
Yeah.
Well, what's next on the docket?
Blackout media on that subject, because to be honest with you, my former employer and a manager got caught. He got fired, she got fired. It was so funny.
Well,
But
they
it
didn't
wasn't
even
the
resign.
first. They got fired, they got busted.
Were they getting intimate?
Yeah, all of that.
Stop that.
On the premises, though.
Yikes.
Baby,
Not
stop
even at
that
Cold
thing.
Play Box.
Not even at a hotel. Can you 5-star me, please, sir? You make all this money, at least 6 figures a year. You can't 5-star me? That's all. But anywho,
Yeah.
I digress. But what I do know and how I do really feel about
Keep your legs closed to marry men.
ooh, say it again, please, friend.
Keep your legs closed to marry men.
Unless they divorced. They could have been married before, but just not currently under the guise of I have a marital certificate and I really shouldn't be dipping my pretzel in your sauce. Yeah. And working together. That's just
Keep
awful.
your legs closed to marry men.
Keep your legs close to marry men. As the honorable, lovable, and I miss her so much, Nene Leakes. Love her. One-liner queen, honey. Clock that. Yes, I love me some Nene Leakes. But what about you, Nephew? What do you think?
He don't give a damn.
It's on you. All right, family. It is my turn. I've been drinking the happy juice. It's called, what is this? Cold cut.
Oh, we ain't getting no endorsements.
Well, that's okay.
It's a mango flavored, lightly alcoholic beverage.
It's a mango flavored margarita, and he turned me on to it, and they are amazing. I would plug it because they might circle back and be like, you know what? Bubble Chat was talking about our
No, they're
partner.
going to work with Concierge Tequila.
We can do both. Who says we can't do the TV channel? Always have several commercials, honey. So back to you, Nephew. And Tamara Mowry Housley. I like these sisters. Let me just say that off the top. I like them. So whatever I may discuss on the Bubble Chat does not reflect how my heart feels. This is my head talking. Hops on TikTok to address a wild question people have been throwing her way. Whether both of her kids are actually hers. You know what? This takes me back, sidebar, to when people were saying Beyonce wasn't pregnant with Blue because her stomach built. Baby, it's not built to concrete. This is still my flesh and my blood. When I move, it moves. Just like that. Stop putting these freaking questions on women's pregnancies. You guys are vile.
And bodies.
Vile. Stop it.
Intrusive.
Stop it.
Mm-hmm.
It's really, their entertainment is a little bit of your business because they shared it. And once it's out there, then it's yours to do with as you please. But what you don't do with me is get in my business and worry about me and mine, because a mama bear will come out and give you these feet and hands and teeth. Because I'm going to tell you, stop playing with people's kids. Period, point blank. Stop playing with people's kids. I am not a scary person. I'm going to tell you, I have a lot of fire and I have no filter. But when it comes to women and their children, I would never, even if I knew I was right, I don't want to deal with a mama bear. So if y'all want that mild-mannered, subdued, very, she reminds me of a Thembot. She's very pulled together. She's very polished. This woman owns a winery in Napa, California. People, when you do stuff like that, that means you're very classy and reserved. I don't know one person who owns a winery that doesn't have their shit together. Stop worrying about that woman and her vagina and her children before she comes after you people like a wild boar. Leave her alone, okay? I think that's just crazy. But I like how she calmly said, and with zero fuss, and lays it down. Nope. Same dad, same mama. The real reason her son has blue eyes and her daughter has brown, genetics. And it might be from her daddy, because you know her daddy is a Caucasoid. He's a white man. So those blue eyes could have came way back. So stop being in people's business. Please, it's just disturbing and disgusting to me. And I'm glad I'm the one that asked the question, because let it have been my vagina and my children that I bore, baby. Whoever started the question is the first one I'm clocking with these. I said feet, but these my hands, but I'm giving you feet and hands and teeth. I'll rip your ear off like Mike Tyson. Don't play with women's children, baby. Don't play with them. Or you gonna get what you get. What they say, fuck around and
find out.
Shots fired. I am team Miss Housley. I'm not gonna put her what is maiden last name? Miss Housley. We better leave Mrs. Housley alone. I'm done with that.
A little bit earlier in the show, we had spoke on Brandy, who's Ray J's sister. You know, she is the.
I'm going to the concert November 8th, Oakland Arena. If you got problems with me, I'm gonna be in the building. Try it.
First Black Princess.
November
right?
8th.
And so, not to say that the twins are or are not princesses, but they are Hollywood TV gold and royalty. They've been in the game in such a long time. Remember they were in that group
with their brother.
No, remember they were in a group. Remember Subway did this little game.
I like that song.
They were in that group. No, they weren't. They were in the girl group. Yes, they were.
Who were you talking about?
Tia and Tamara Mowry.
They were not.
There was. I don't think it was in a girl group. They were in the show called Sister Sister.
Yeah, and they had their little brother in there.
Why don't you Google it?
Why don't you Google it? I don't like Google.
There's a song, Subway featuring I don't know the girls group.
702.
No, they weren't 702 at that time. I'm trying to tell you.
Well, I'm listening to your story.
And it's not alleged. So moving on to what I was saying was
what nephew? He won't throw 2 cents in. But I'll look it up. I'm gonna Google it like you said.
2025, and yet here we are still hearing people criticizing others for being in an interracial relationship. Honestly, it even blows my mind because that's none of anybody's business. If 2 people love each other, they love each other. It's really that fucking simple. And in the case of Tamara Mowry Housley and Adam Housley, if they want to have kids, let them have kids, period. And yes, those children absolutely do belong to Tamara and Adam, and no one else gets to decide that. No one else has a say in that. What frustrates me is that we're still having these conversations in 2025. Like, society hasn't learned to just let people live their lives, because honestly, what Tamara and Adam chose to do to theirs is their business, not ours, not the internet's, and definitely not the critics. Love is love. Family is family. And instead of tearing people down for their choices, we should be focusing on celebrating the fact that people are brave to live authentically and apologetically in a word that always has something to say. Period. And a point blank.
Amen to that. And I agree with you 100%.
So boxing again is getting bubbly. It's getting bubbly.
Bubble. Chat.
Well, all right, y'all. September 15th is the start of Latino Heritage Month. We take time out to honor, celebrate, and uplift the incredible impact Hispanic and Latinx communities have had on our community, our culture, history, and honestly, our everyday lives. And here at The Bubba Chat, we're shining a spotlight every week on artists, creators, and trailblazers who have left their mark. So today we got to start with one of the biggest icons of them all. Her hips still don't motherfucking lie. And I'm talking about the legendary motherfucking Shakira.
Go ahead.
Born and raised in Colombia, Shakira gave us a sound that was and still is completely her own. She makes rock, Arabic, and Latin influences into something that nobody else could touch. Her voice is unmistakable, her moves are unforgettable, and her impact global. From Whenever, Wherever to Hips Don't Lie to her more recent hits, Shakira has the way of blending cultures into music that crosses language barriers and brings people together. Through her Barefoot Foundation, she's built schools and provided education and nutrition to thousands of children in Colombia. She's been a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador and a strong advocate for early childhood education worldwide. So while the world might know her hips don't lie, The real truth is her heart has always been just as powerful as her artistry.
Wonderful.
Yay.
I love Shakira. She taught Beyonce how to do the belly roll and the belly dance, and when you roll around, she's the one that taught Beyonce that one.
Right.
Yeah, I love it.
You remember her and Jennifer Lopez at the Super Bowl?
I do, and I also remember her in that Hips Don't Lie and Beautiful Liar with her and Beyonce. That video, I thought it was so beautiful, and how they really showed like different, like Shakira's a petite woman, Beyonce is very hippie and thick and corn fed with her, and she taught her how to roll it, bounce it up and down, and then roll it like Caribbean people have it, what they call it, the wind.
Do it to one.
Oh, I just love that when women move their bodies like that. I cannot, but I love watching it. I think it's so beautiful.
Right. To complement all of the genres of music Shakira has succeeded in and stepped into. She has a song called She Wolf. And that was kind of like her disco song. And I remember that song came out, and I don't know who the visual creator was, but Nicki Minaj, Stupid Hoe, and She Wolf was the same because they were both like animalistic, beautiful beings in a cage. But Shakira did it better. Just like when we say, you know, be high, sting me if you will. Honey's always sweet, and I'll lick it off the comb. Ooh, wow. But the thing is in that video, Beautiful Liar, yeah, Shakira was petite, but she was throwing that thing because actually that is her culture. That is who she is.
She taught Beyonce how to move.
In Louisiana, yes, we know how to bounce and drop the donk and sweep the floor and all those things. Mm-hmm. It is the same thing that she is doing in Colombia in her culture in her own way. Yes. It's the same thing, but it's totally different. It's something that Beyonce had not been exposed to. It's something that she learned. It's something that she honed, and it's something that we follow in this trend. Yes. And so I just want to acknowledge that because I love She Wolf. That is like that's like her disco song. That's like her disco.
Did she have a song with Anthony?
Antonio.
J-Lo was married to him.
Mark Anthony.
Mark Anthony.
I don't know about that man, but
they have a song together.
I don't know nothing about that man, but J-Lo and them kids.
Allegedly.
Yikes.
But Nebby, what you think?
Yeah, I think she is an amazing singer. I first saw her in a Disney Channel show called Wizards of Waverly Place, and I wasn't like really too familiar with her then, but after listening to her music and Hips Don't Lie, I'm just like,
yeah, she's
fucking amazing to this day.
Yeah, she's amazing. I agree with you 100%.
Come on now, Shakira.
Pure love.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Be right back. Hi guys, we're back. So, Juwan, what do you think of our subjects tonight? Talking about the unfortunate passing of Ozzy Osbourne. May he rest in peace, and condolences to his family. And also the untimely death that really all of us feel could be been prevented. And someone needs to be accountable for that woman's demise and the loss of her life. Unfortunately, her mother and her children and all of us, the fans, the friends, the family, have to grieve an unnecessary loss. So my condolences goes out to Angie Stone and her family.
I think I've said it before, but it's always like the years that took away so many people's lives, specifically famous people. Like, and we talked about it in the bubble chat last week. We talked about how 2020 took so many famous lives: Kobe, Chadwick Boseman, Naya Rivera. Yeah.
So sad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not necessarily a fan of Ozzy, but I saw what he meant to the rock community and how many fans he lifted up, and it just and it's just really, really sad to know that he's no longer with us.
It is.
Um,
It's an unfortunate loss.
yeah, but I do want to. I moving forward, I actually do want to talk about something for my social issues and media segment. I want to talk about this film called Black and Blue with Tyrese Gibson and Naomi Harris. This is one of the films that actually stuck with me during the height of the Black Lives Matter movement in 2020. It actually came out in 2019, and it tells the story of a rookie police officer who returns to New Orleans to join the force. Things take a drastic turn when she catches her own colleagues on her body cam committing a murder. From that point on, she's on the run, fighting for her life and for the truth.
Well, I like that. I saw that movie.
Yeah. When I watched it, especially during the protests, it hit me differently. This wasn't just some Hollywood thriller. It felt like art imitating life. People, police corruption, abuse of power, the fear that comes with standing up to a broken system. All of that is at the heart of the film. And sadly, those aren't just movie themes. They're real life experiences. Think about Eric Garner, who was placed
Oh,
on a boat in that fatal chokehold while gasping, "I can't breathe," or
free.
George
Oh,
Floyd, who had his life taken
mama.
under the
Call
weight of
me
an
mama.
officer's knees. These aren't distant tragedies. They're stories that shook us, broke us, and forced us to confront an ugly truth. I
Mm-hmm.
remember, I remember having a conversation with a friend of mine during when the protest started taking place, and we talked about how this has been happening for generations before there were phones and cameras. People had to rely on eyewitnesses in court, and if a judge didn't think the testimony was good enough proof, the case was tossed aside just like that. Lives ended, families destroyed, and no accountability. But now, with cameras, there's no denying what we see. Officers caught on tape abusing their badge, taking lives, and still acting like it's okay. That's why a film like Black and Blue matters. It
It,
puts the corruption right in your face and it forces us to wrestle with the system, the silence, and the danger of speaking out. And it's also a reminder to us that the conversations around justice, accountability, and Black Lives Matter just live doesn't just live in the streets during protests. It's being told through stories, films, and voices that refuse to let the world look away. But how do you feel about it?
I feel like in a nutshell, in like a box of chocolates, that's just exactly what the bubble chat is all about. We're here to have this intriguing, colorful, delightful, and also conscious conversation about the things that are going on and how it affects people, how you can give a different perspective, and we can all agree to disagree. You know, as I had mentioned earlier, all of life's highs and lows, traumas and dramas are all just summarized into life be life, you know? And in this day and this moment in our life, we're liking on the subjects in our culture right now, which is what the bubble chat is. So, I mean, I'm just here for the whole conversation and ultimately.
and to piggyback off the conversation, these are conversations that need to be had. I truly appreciate this platform and the uniqueness of we can talk about all genres of news, whatever needs to be discussed, what's current events, and things that matter. But sometimes, just like in Black and Blue, these things have been oppressing us for so many years. This is just not a movie. This is a story of our lives. It's continual drama and trauma that we have endured as African Americans. Now, I can't speak for the rest of the world. I can only speak to my community as being an Indigenous African American woman. That I like that movie because it touched on a subject matter that I walk through every day. I've been known, and you can check my file, to walk up on a police officer and ask in the mix of duty, like, what did he do? Why are you pulling him over? Because sometimes the injustice isn't just the person who what they're doing, it's why they're doing it. Like, why
Remember that bitch is blind.
Why
Justice is blind.
Why are you pulling this person over to begin with, and I'm going to put some eyes on it. So I appreciate and kudos to the director and storyteller. I don't know movie lingo, but kudos to whoever put the movie out so that we can see it in real time and in real life. And it was necessary during that timeline because not just men were being murdered, just like Sandra Bland, she was murdered in Dallas. She got pulled over for ridiculousness, and next thing you know, she's dead, and no one's saying her name. And that became a mantra and a motto, like we are talking about, say their name. Because we don't want to forget these people, because it could be me, it could be you, it could be you. God and forbid. This, God forbid, Godspeed, that it doesn't happen to anyone. But however, the fact is that's our reality living in these days and times. And it's unfortunate that people are upset about the melanin. Yes, I want to touch it, but don't kill it. So please, leave us alone. Stop hating people who are melanated, because we are a beautiful hue and chosen people. We're not blowing it in your face. We actually are humble about it. Aren't you pretty humble about being an African American Indigenous person?
No, actually, I have a burger when I get a 10.
Oh, me too. I'm copper tone, baby. But seriously, I appreciate the subject matter today. I appreciate the topics. They were broad and needed. We need to talk about who's passed on. We need to talk about our legends. We need to discuss the political climate, which has yet to change. It's still a challenge. It's still damn right diabolical that we even have to talk about why a Black man or woman is being murdered just simply because they're just being
Black.
Think about George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Sonia Massey, Michael Brown, Eric Garner. The list goes on and 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 on for God knows how long.
What's a young man who got murdered because a white woman said that she
Emmett Till.
At her. Emmett Till. Come on, enough is enough. If you don't like us, don't come around us. Let's just give us our own community. We can just go about our business. You give it Chinatown, you got Mexican City, Jewish town.
It's like Shook every day the color purple. You can't walk past the field of purple and not notice it.
Ooh, baby, you said a word. Say it again.
You cannot walk past the field of color and not notice it. We're too beautiful to not be attracted to.
Yeah, but don't hate on it.
We desire in envy.
Don't hate on it.
That's the insult of flattery.
Say it again.
You have to look at it differently. That is the insult of flattery.
Wow. That's deep. Okay, I'm gonna walk with that.
Flattered.
I'm gonna use that.
Flattered about the intrigue, the inquisitiveness, the questions that you want to know about our essence, our being, and things like that, but insulted.
That is
by the measures you would go to try and understand when you're really not letting understand, you want to control it.
Nephew, what about you? Because I know we have to wrap this up, but you picked some very good topics. As the producer of the show, I want to take my hat off to you.
Yes, he keeps it bubbly when he get on that soapbox. He get real bubbly here on Bubble Chat.
Thank you. And on that note, listeners, I cannot recommend Black and Blue enough. Please check it out when you have time. There's a lot that was discussed in that film, and I think it's imperative that we all continue having these kinds of conversations that you mentioned, Tracy. So, as we wrap up today's episode, I want to take a moment to share something personal with you guys and all of my listeners. These past few weeks have been tough for my family as we lost someone who meant the world to us. My beloved Aunt Elaine Blewett recently passed away, and her absence is one that felt deeply, not just in my family, but the entire community. My Aunt Elaine was the heart and soul behind Thanks Hair Salon in Richmond, where she was not only the owner, but the operator. She was more than just a hairstylist. She was a caretaker, a friend, and a light to everyone who walked through those doors. She made sure people left her chair not just looking good, but feeling good, no matter what was in their pocket. She was gentle with children, patient with the elderly, and always willing to lend a hand or smile. She gave her time, her talent, and her heart to anyone who needed it, whether that meant feeding the community, donating to causes, or just listening to when someone was going through a hard time. I'll always carry those memories with me, like when Mom would take me to the shop as a kid after school, and I'd run around when Aunt Elaine worked her magic. She had this way of making you feel like family, even if you just walked in off the street. That's who she was, someone who lifted people up in ways big and small. And I know there will never be another Elaine, and I can't even begin to imagine the rest of life without her. And while we're grieving, we're also celebrating the life she lives and the legacy she leaves behind.
True community, a true queen, a true community leader. Make
Yeah,
sure
she taught us resilience.
Pray for your loss, Josh. Jawan, I'm very sorry. My condolences to you and your family for your loss.
She taught us resilience, kindness, and the importance of rising even when times are hard. And to Aunt Elaine, thank you for everything. Thank you for teaching us that everyone is fighting a battle that we know nothing about. You will always be loved, cherished, and remembered. Here's to you, Aunt Elaine.
Always be cherished. Amen.